Life always has questions. Life always has questions. And God always has the right answer. God always has the right answer. It might not be the answer we really want, but God has the right answer for us. There's this TV game show that's now goes on. It used to be in the evening, I believe, and now it's during the day. It's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You seen that show? Well, here it is as a game show, and a person sits up here and they ask a question. They get 4 choices, and they got to choose one of those 4 choices. And then when the person makes that final choice of one of the 4, they ask, is that your final answer? And sometimes the answer is what? Right? And sometimes the answer is wrong. The same thing happens in our life. We are presented with choices. Each and every day, we are presented with choices. And we choose our final answer. But we must never, ever forget that God always has the right answer, the real final answer. In all of life's situations, God lets us know who's really in charge and really in control, no matter what happens. So no matter what happens in our life, we must have faith. We must have faith that God can. God can fix anything that we're going through. God can fix our problems. God can heal even when the doctors say that they have given a final answer, a final diagnosis. It doesn't have to be God's. God can. God can. And that is what is important. No matter what happens, God can. Turn to your neighbor. Say, guess what? God can. Naaman the leper wanted to be healed. This is some bad information I'm giving you. Is there such a thing, Reverend, as bad information? This is some bad information I'm going to give you now. Everybody doesn't want to be healed. There are people that love to have their ailments so that when somebody calls up and say, how you doing? Oh, I'm not doing good. Oh, I got so many aches and pains. I'm just really not doing good. Everybody doesn't want to be healed. But Naaman wanted to be healed. But look at the story. And Brian is right. You have to look at this powerful story and see the dynamics that were going on in this. Naaman was the commander of the army. Okay? And what happened was, part of this great authority as a commander, he was able to make slaves of his captives. And this young lady was one of the slaves that was captured. And what did she do? She turned around and didn't think about her situation, about her enslavement. She didn't think about, here was the man that no doubt murdered and slaughtered some of her own people. And here it was, she had to serve in this man's house. And she turns around and looks past her enslavement, looks past these circumstances, and goes to a place where only God resides. She had compassion on her captor, her enslaver. Wow. How powerful her faith must be. And then she said, look, I know this might sound stupid, but there's this prophet in Samaria. You know, the place where, you just slaughtered some people. And what I want you to do is I want you to go to this prophet. And I want you to know that if you go to this prophet, you will be healed. So Naaman said, uh-oh, I'm the commander of the army. I am somebody. Turn to your neighbor and say, guess what? I am somebody. Yeah, you are. So Naaman, I am somebody. Went to the king and said, King, look, my slave girl said, look, I need to go back to these people that I just slaughtered and go to their prophet and ask him to heal me. So what do you think I should do? King said, oh, I got this together. Oh, I know exactly what we'll do. What we'll do is I'll give you some tiny gods. Okay? Y'all remember that sermon? I'll give you some tiny gods. 750 pounds of silver, 150 pounds of gold, 10 sets of clothes, and a little letter that says, I demand that you heal my commander of the army. Whew. Gee, Manitli. You mean to tell me that here it was? You got to look at this story. And the Naaman said, hey, no problem. I'll take all these riches and all this gold, and I'll go to the people that I just slaughtered, and I'm going to ask them to do what? Let me see your number 2 man, your prophet, and tell your prophet that I got a letter from the king that says, you're going to heal me. Whew. Wow. But Naaman wanted to be healed. And so what did he do? He went ahead and did it. But surprise. Uh-oh, what happened? There's this thing that happens. It's called faith and belief. It's called faith and belief. Repeat after me, faith and belief. When the letter was received, the kings of Israel said, oh no, something's wrong here. What does this guy think I am? He think I'm God? Think I got the power to heal? But the man of God, Elijah, said, hey, this is an opportunity for God. Whew. An opportunity for God? When you have a problem, when you have a trial, when you have a tribulation, does your thought process go, hey, this is an opportunity for God? No. Well, I don't know. Besides, 90% of you, I'm sure it's only 10% of you that have this kind of belief that my problems and my trials, my tribulations and my tests, all for a testimony. Woo, that'll preach. Trials, tribulations, tests, all lead to what? Testimony. So the next time you're faced with an illness that someone says, oh, the next time there's a financial problem that's coming your way, you go, oh. The next time something happens in your life that you know you don't have the power to overcome, you just say, Lord, I thank you that I'm giving you this opportunity. They'll think you're crazy. But just by the opportunity, just because there's an opportunity for you to demonstrate mustard seed faith. Little bitty faith. But you see, Naaman was a great man. So when he went to Elijah, Elijah said, you think you're a great man? You want something from me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you a messenger. Like you sent a messenger to my king? So I'm not going to give you the respect that you think that you demand. I'm going to send my messenger. And what I'm going to do, though, is I'm still going to do what? Give you the word that will make you whole, will heal your leprosy. So Naaman, what did he do? He first of all went to that great source within. It's called ego. Repeat after me. I have a big ego. For once, most of you are telling the truth. Naaman's got this big ego. How dare this prophet? I just slaughtered his people. How dare him send a messenger? He doesn't even greet me himself. And we turn around here, don't he know who I am? I am somebody. And then he turns around. Says, I'm not doing that. You asked me to do something simple. You know, you need to ask me to do something great, some kind of task, something just is so big that, yes, it deserves a healing because, I believe in power and might.